How did he incorrectly say it?
McLeod. Yeah.
I've never understood that mispronunciation, if I'm being honest, because it doesn't follow any rules of English grammar.
And there's last names that don't. I mean, McLeod doesn't really follow any rules either, does it?
No, it doesn't. But what I'm saying is, if you're gonna just go by phonetics, you should say McLeod.
Yeah.
And nobody ever does that. Nobody ever does that.
Well,
They're
I think,
like, McLeod?
I think some people must, like, they have to process it and be like, that's too easy.
It's a Hite, Etherhay, and a Yanre Jose Canseco.
Oh, no! A-way! R-A, U-A, Iriase, S-A, I-A, Emembere, Ray, Ig, Pay, Attenlay. Yeah! Laughing is contagious and it's advantageous.
You did it wrong.
Fuck you.
Were you in choir?
Yes, Heather. I got suckered into choir in upper school because I forget who it was. Some girl wanted me to join choir, and I was like, I only join choir if you got a petition made with 100 signatures on it, because I didn't think she would actually do it. And she came back an hour later with 100 signatures, and I said, guess I'll join choir.
You made her get 100 people to sign a petition for you to join choir?
Yes, because I did not think she would actually follow through with it.
She went to all of your closest friends and was like,
your
please help me screw him.
She got mom and dad's signatures. She got the entire choir signature.
This.
She got Craig's signature.
Who was this?
I want to say it was Sarah Sears, if I remember correctly.
Okay. Man.
And I had a
getting all the groundwork
crush
done.
on her at the time.
Oh, of course. I was going to say, I think he followed a girl into choir because he had a crush on her. That was what I was thinking over here. Because dudes did not do choir. Like, it was so hard, at least in the early days, like, to get guys to join choir was like pulling teeth.
Hey, Rory liked to sing.
And we never had the bass. What's that?
I said Rory liked to be in choir.
Rory? Is that how you're saying it?
Rory?
Rory.
Rory. Rory, that's right.
It's a hard name to say.
And it also doesn't help that I added a Y in there. Roy.
Yeah, you just gave him a name that wasn't his name.
Yeah, I'm a dick.
It was always Rory and Adam. That was it. And then eventually they got Dylan to join, but that took a while. Anyways.
You know, I had someone apologize for mispronouncing my name for the first time ever in my entire life. Like, no one's ever actually apologized for, they just, like, when I make the correction, there's, oh, okay. And then they correct themselves. And it's never actually bothered me, right? Like, it just...
Right.
But he was like, oh, I'm sorry I messed that up. And I'm like, it's good. It happens, like, 99% of the time. I'm used to it.
How did he incorrectly say it?
McLeod. Yeah.
I've never understood that mispronunciation, if I'm being honest. Because it doesn't follow any rules of English grammar.
And there's last names that don't. I mean, McLeod doesn't really follow any rules either, does it?
No, it doesn't. But what I'm saying is, if you're gonna just go by phonetics, you should say McLeod.
Yeah.
And nobody ever does that.
Well,
They're like, McLeod?
I think some people must, like, they have to process it and be like, that's too easy.
I'll tell you what, I've never had anybody British or Scottish mispronounce that name.
Yeah, I would imagine not.
Ryan, here's the deal. It's a Hite, Etherhay, and a Yanre Jose Canseco.
Oh, no! A-way! R-A, U-A, Iriase, S-A, I-A, Emembere, Ray, Ig, Pay, Attenlay. So good at that
I'm
shit.
impressed you did that. I wrote it all down first, including pronunciation. So you rocked that. This is the Heather and Ryan show, where all we're trying to do is put you in a better mood by the end of the episode than you're in right now. Ryan, would you please welcome everyone to our bubble?
Ute, Are, Ubblebay. Welcome to our bubble.
Thank you. That was genius. I love it. That's my favorite intro so far. Give ourselves a hand. Okay, Ryan, notes. First of all, this is not amusing at all, but just to update everybody on some schedule changes that are going to happen for July and August. Instead of doing our usual 2 episodes a month, we're just going to do 1 episode a month each of those months. So if all goes to plan, it'll be the 4th Saturday in July and the 2nd Saturday in August. But don't hold me to that. The most I will guarantee is that in July, an episode will come out, and in August, an episode will come out. And then we'll be back to our regular 2 episodes a month in September.
APK.
Why did I pick Pig Latin? Why? We're going to do this all. Ryan.
Yes.
A further note before we dive into the game. Did you know that there is a new Naked Gun movie coming out?
I did. I found that out maybe 2 days ago. And it's got Liam Neeson in it. And I thought,
yes.
Okay, I'll buy it.
Well, so I saw this through, like I was scrolling through YouTube and it was like, trailer for the Naked Gun 2025. And my first thought was like, oh, God, another remake. And so I was like, Liam Neeson, okay, I'll watch this preview. So I turned it on. And then for the first 20 seconds, I was like, is this a serious movie? And then they got to the first joke. I was like, nope, it's not a serious movie. It's definitely, but he plays the son of Leslie Nielsen's character from the original Naked Gun. So it's like a sequel. But this trailer was making me laugh every other second. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, that trailer just made me think I'm going to go watch it. But I hope it's not one of those where they put all the jokes in the trailer and then you watch the movie and you're like, oh, they put all the funny stuff in the trailer.
You know what movie did that? So I'm so bad at that lately. Go ahead, Heather.
No, I want to hear what you have to say. It dovetailed nicely because I stopped talking right as you interrupted. So we didn't talk over each other.
Okay. Well, Downsizing was a movie that looked extremely hilarious on the preview, and I was like, I can't wait to see this most boring movie I've ever seen in my life.
It's the most boring movie. I didn't watch the whole thing. I was so bored. I was just like, I can't spend my time on this anymore.
I kept holding my breath waiting for the good parts.
Ryan, they took an incredible concept.
Yeah.
They took an incredible concept and bored me to death with it. I hate it when they do that. But I was going to say, back to the Naked Gun preview, I just have to, sometimes when jokes happen, it makes you look at something in a way you've never did before.
Sure.
Because my favorite joke from this trailer, which I'm about to butcher, but he's got the suspect across from him in the interrogation table, and he's like, looks like they booked you in on man's laughter. And the guy goes, I think you mean manslaughter. And his response was like, this is no joke. Or something I laughed so hard. I was like, man's laughter. Why have I never noticed before that the word manslaughter is the word man's laughter? Good stuff. Anyways, I've got my fingers crossed for that being a good movie.
Yeah.
I will watch that one.
I've gotten to that point in my life where, you watch movies and they have especially older movies where I never got the humor before. And, now it clicks. And then, newer movies that reference older movies or just, little jokes like that, play on words, where it'll make me bust up laughing and Chloe will be watching a movie with me and then I will take the time and explain the joke for her because Mom and Dad never did that for us.
No, they didn't. They're just like, you idiots need to keep up.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the deal. We are going to play 20 questions with a twist. I have here, Ryan, this little guy, which Ryan can see.
Okay.
We're going to try to beat the 20 questions machine. This is the John H. Hansen 20Q classic electronic guessing game. It is available for purchase on Amazon. They are not a sponsor. Neither Amazon nor the John H. Hansen game are a sponsor. But this is like a little old school 90s machine. It's supposedly going to guess our thing. It's got 20 tries to ask us yes or no questions for anyone who doesn't know how 20 questions works. It asks us yes or no questions. We answer the questions, and it's supposed to guess our thing. Right? Mm-hmm. So, Ryan, I thought what we'd do is I have a set of cards here from another game we used to play that just have words on them.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold the word card up to you. You will say the word quietly whispering it.
Okay.
Just in case this little guy has a microphone in it. I don't think it does, but just in case it does and it's cheating, it won't be able to hear you if you say the word quietly on your end.
And also, Heather, you can't look at the card because it might be able to read your mind, but I don't think it'll be able to read my mind 3,000 miles away. Just saying. Could
Ryan,
have a thing in there to read minds.
Okay, so we're not going to do toaster then. I'm going to pick up a card without looking at it, and you have to tell me, where are we? Can you see it?
I see it.
Okay, what does it say? Whisper.
Stroller.
Okay,
wait, but now it's going to read your mind.
Ryan, okay, you know what? We're just going to roll with it. Okay. We're going to roll. Let's see if I can remember how to turn this on. On button? Oh, there we go. It makes little noises. And I'm even going to put the light on. There, I can see it. Okay, try me, it says. Try me. Blink, blink, blink. Think of something.
See, it already wants to read your mind.
I will guess.
It's not a guess
Ready?
when it knows for sure.
Ready?
I'm ready.
It's going to ask the first question. At some point, yes, I'm ready. I'll hit yes. Okay, good. Question 1. Is it classified as animal? Remind me what it was, because I forgot already.
Stroller.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to say no. I think that's a no on that question. It
Correct.
is not classified as animal. Vegetable? Also no. Mineral. Do we classify this as mineral?
I mean, technically, but I would say that the answer is no. Because I'm pretty sure the next question is going to be, thing? Is it a thing?
Okay, we'll say no, and we'll see what it says. Nope, it goes back to animal. No. Vegetable. No. Mineral. We'll say yes this time.
All right.
Oh, question 2. So it just asked us 4 consecutive questions for its first question. Already cheating. Interesting. Oh, sorry. Question 2. Does it usually have 4 corners? I think we can safely say no to that.
I thought I was going to ask 4 wheels, and I was like, it fucking read your mind, Heather.
No 4 corners. Question 3. Is it shiny? So, I mean, it could be.
Depending.
Parts of it. You know what? We have 2 choices. We can skip this question as inapplicable or say maybe.
I would say maybe, because it could depend.
Okay. We'll say maybe. Question 4. Is it something you bring along?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. Question 5. Does it break if dropped? Story time! I think if you drop it down enough stairs with enough weight in it, it will break. Because I once did that with my child in the stroller. I didn't have a ramp, so I was bringing the stroller backwards up some stairs, and suddenly it broke in half. And she was hanging there, and so I just grabbed her, unbelted her, and let it fall down the stairs without her in it, and it broke into several pieces. But typically speaking, if you drop a stroller...
It's not going to break.
Shit, I said the word. I don't think it can hear me. If you drop it, it's not going to break. So we'll say no. We'll be fair. We can't cheat.
Okay.
Question 6. Do most people use this daily?
No.
No. I think that's fair. No.
No.
I can't make it look too easy. ... Or can I? It's just baiting us in the middle of the game.
It's because you just said it out loud. It knows.
Question 7. Is it round? I think no is the safe answer to that.
Yeah.
No, it's not round. Question 8. Is it sharp?
No.
Also no. Ryan, question 9. Is it used by the police?
I mean, depends if they're parents or not.
Yeah, but I think this means like within the context of being a police officer. They're just going around all day long. Hey, guys, we can transport stuff in these.
I need to get this
no
in the evidence locker.
Question 10. Is it a metal? Well, so, okay, it's like definitely has metal components.
But
no?
it's not a metal.
Okay, fine. A lot of the components are plastic. Yeah. Okay. Is it smaller than a loaf of bread?
No. It didn't want to ask. Bread box. Come on, the classic question.
I know. It didn't want to ask the bread. Question 12. Do you use it at night? I mean, that's a maybe. I used to use ours at night all the time because I used to have to take her for walks. We'll go maybe. Question 13. Is it tall? No. I don't think it is. Do you?
Depends on how short the person using it is.
I'm just going to say no because I feel like that's the honest answer here. Question 14. Is it made out of wood? No.
Typically
We're not even going to fuck around with that one. Time for a new plan. More baiting. Question 15. Does it get wet? Well, it can, and I'm going to say maybe. How do you feel about that?
I mean, if you're using it in the rain.
Is it larger than a bread box? Is it larger than a bread box?
Yes.
Thank you, Ryan. Question
Unless
17.
a doll is using it, no.
Does it weigh more than a duck?
Yes.
I think it does, yeah. Question 18. Survey says... Is it a wheelchair? Close, but no cigar. No.
How did it get to wheelchair? Like, honestly.
I don't know. Is it manufactured? Yes, I think that's question 19. Question 20. You thought you were being tricky. Is it a tent? No. Question 21. Okay, we just go.
Dummy.
Can it carry people? Yes. Question 22. It just keeps going till it wins, I guess. Do you clean it regularly? No. Nobody does. Maybe, but I'll say
unless,
maybe.
Like,
maybe
the kid makes a mess in it, but, like...
Right. Question 23. Does it make noise? Not typically.
No.
I'm going to say no to that. Question 24. We just keep going. How about ... Is it a mountain bike? No.
It knows it's got wheels, Heather.
25. One more time. Is it a saddle? No, you dumbass. I'm wondering if my data files are corrupt. What are you implying? You win! We won, even though it cheated.
We won.
5
times.
What?
If you really want to be impressed, you have to use the app, the Akinator.
The Akinator?
The Akinator. It is insanely, deadly accurate. It's scary.
Well, we should do it right now. I'm going to download it. Are you ready?
It's a little genie icon.
Okay, the Akinator. Let's go to my Play Store.
And you can think of the most obscure thing, Heather, and it'll figure out. Watch, I can even do it on my phone.
Wait, okay, do it on your phone.
It's going to ask different questions.
Ryan, here's what we're going to do. We're going to pick a tough one for it right off the bat. Philosophy.
Okay.
That's what we're going to make it guess. I'm disappointed in the 20Q machine. I thought it was going to do better.
Objects. Okay, so on this you have, oh my gosh,
Yes.
I'm going blank. Categories. So you've got characters, you've got objects, movies and TV shows, and animals. So, I don't think you could do philosophy. Which kind of sucks.
Okay, you know what? We're going to do a movie. You know exactly which movie we're going to do.
Clue.
Yes, we are. Don't say it. It has a microphone in your phone. It could be cheating as we speak. It's okay. We're going to do it anyway. Let's see.
I got it set up, ready to go.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's the main character.
This is actually
girl.
too easy. This is
I
too
agree.
easy.
I think Clue is too easy. You got to think of something really obscure. What's the most obscure movie you can think of?
Okay. To Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything.
Okay. Perfect. All right.
Shirley Newmar. I think that's something like that. Hold on. Let me get the exact title because I think I just screwed that up. Nope, I said it right. To Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar. Let's do this.
Is the main character a girl? Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes.
No.
By today's standards, yes.
But by the standards of that time,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Why did I pick that
idea
movie?
is to trick this fucker.
Okay, fine.
Is it a cartoon? No.
No.
Is it a love story? I can't remember. I don't think so.
Yes, a bit. It is. There is a love story in it.
Is it an American movie or TV show? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Does most of the action take place in high school? No.
No.
Is the main character of your movie or TV show a teenager? No.
No.
Is there more than 3 seasons? No. Was your movie or TV show released after 2010? No.
No.
Are there many deaths in your movie or TV show? I can't remember. Does somebody die in it?
I don't think there were any deaths.
No.
I don't think there were any.
Does the main character have blonde hair? I think so.
I think so.
Yes.
I think so. Patrick Swayze.
Shh. Oh, yeah. Okay, you can't
hear me. It can't hear me.
Does Matthew McConaughey play in your movie or TV show? No.
No.
Is it a musical movie or TV show? They didn't. I mean, they sang, but it wasn't really.
I don't.
No.
Yeah, It wasn't a musical.
Is it?
I just one sec. I picked a movie I haven't watched in like 30 years.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's continue.
We're on question 13 now.
Okay.
Is it a movie or TV show from the 2000s? It's 90s, right?
Let me actually. I believe it's the 90s, but let me double check to be sure. Yeah, it's from 95.
Okay. Did your movie or TV show release in the 1980s? No. Is it a funny movie or TV show? Yes.
Yes.
Is there a wedding in the movie or TV show? I don't think so.
There might. I can't remember.
Google it real quick.
Okay. Whoops.
Google it.
No available answer. Let's just say no.
Okay. Does Meg Ryan play in your movie or TV show? No.
No.
Okay. Normally, it does get pretty scarily accurate by, like, this point, so I'm surprised that but it's gonna pull it out of its ass, I swear.
Okay.
Is the movie or TV show from the 90s? Yes.
Yes.
Does Cameron Diaz play in your movie or TV show? No. I think we're gonna win. Does this movie or TV show take place in New York? I think it's LA, isn't it?
Well, they start out there in New York, and then they go on a road trip.
So, yes.
Okay, fine. I think it's kind of.
Is the main character divorced?
No, can you say I don't know?
You can say I don't know.
Okay, let's say I don't know.
Okay, we're on question 22 so far, so we're already winning. We got past 20 questions.
Okay.
All right.
We just beat the machines. Take that shit, AI.
Does Tom Hanks play in your movie or TV show?
No.
Does Julia Roberts? No.
No.
Is there a group of friends? Yes.
Yes.
Was your TV show directed by Kevin Smith? No.
I don't think so.
Is there a musician in your movie or TV show?
No, not. I don't think so.
Well, because they sang, because that was their. But I don't think there was any actual musicians. They were just all actors.
Right. I don't think there's any actual musicians by profession in the movie.
No. Is the story of a couple? No. Right? It's not of a couple.
Right.
Okay.
No, it's not of a couple.
Does Marilyn Monroe play in your movie or TV show? No.
No.
Is the
she wasn't alive in the 90s. I don't. Anyways, go on.
I don't think she was. But it did. To be fair, it only asked if it was in the 2000s or in the 80s. It hasn't asked any other decade.
It did ask if it was in the 90s, and we said yes.
Oh, you were correct. All right. Yeah. Is the main character part of a woman's group? Yes.
No.
Does Goldie Hawn play a role in your movie or TV show? No.
No.
Heather, we won. It didn't guess it.
I mean, I swear to God, I thought this was going to be more interesting. I thought we were going to be amazed and wowed by...
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. That was such a letdown.
Let's do Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Okay. Is it a cartoon?
Do you think we're going to get to?
Is the main character a girl? Yes and no.
Yes, one of them. Yes and no. Can you say yes and no?
No. Your options are probably not, yes, I don't know, and no. I think probably is the correct answer. Yeah, okay.
Probably.
Are there many deaths in your movie or TV show? I don't think so.
No, don't remember any.
Is the movie or TV show for children? I mean, it's not geared for children.
That's a no.
I know, but
So you're like, well, I mean...
I mean, it's not inappropriate for children.
No, but it's not meant for children.
Is it a love story? Yes.
Yes, for sure.
Is the main character of your movie or TV show a teenager? No.
No.
Was your movie or TV show released after 2010? I want to say yes.
Wait, not so fast. It might have been the early 2000s. It was 2004.
Okay. No. Is it a movie or TV show from the 2000s? Yes.
Yes.
Does the main character have blonde hair? No.
Wait, no.
It was brown and blue.
Yes, that's correct. You're right. Okay.
Does Jim Carrey play in your movie or TV show?
Yes, okay. Holy shit.
Did the main character want their memory erased?
Yes.
Is the movie or TV show that plays with the concept of reality? Yes.
Yes.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
I still think we're more impressive for stumping them. But I think, to be honest, with the Tu Wong Fu, I really wonder if we stumped it because we said that the main characters... But let's try it again, but tell it that the main characters are not... is not girls, okay? And see if it gets it.
Yes. Oh, oops. Oops, no, you won. I'm sorry, I lied to you. Sorry, guy. Hold on, I gotta close it and go back in so I can skip the ad.
All right.
Play. Here we go. Is it a cartoon? No.
No.
Was this movie, TV show filmed in India? No.
No.
Is the main character female? No.
No.
Is there more than 3 seasons? No.
No.
Is it an American movie or TV show? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Are there many deaths in your movie or TV show? No.
No.
Is it a movie or TV show for children? No.
No.
Is it a funny movie or TV show? Yes.
Yes.
Does Adam Sandler play in your movie or TV show? No.
No.
Is the main character of your movie or TV show a teenager? No.
No.
Is the main character black? One of them was.
One of them is, yeah. One of them.
Probably. Because there was a white guy and a Mexican, so they were all main characters. Right.
Okay.
Was your movie or TV show released after 2010? No.
No.
Is it a movie or TV show from the 2000s? No. Does the main character often wear a hat? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I mean, maybe not often. I wouldn't say often.
Okay, so no. Because it's not often.
Right.
Okay.
Not often.
Is the main character African American? Probably. Is the main character good with guns?
No.
Did your movie or TV show release in the 1980s? No.
No.
Okay, we're already on question 18, so it's looking pretty good for us.
Okay.
Is there a movie or TV show from the 90s? Yes. Does Patrick Swayze play in your movie and TV show? Yes.
He does.
Does Wesley Snipes play in your movie or TV show?
Yes.
That was question 20. Tu Wong Fu, thanks for everything.
Yep. Julie Newmar.
Is Julie Newmar part of the title?
Yes. To Wong Fu, thanks for everything, Julie Newmar. That's the full title of the movie.
I honestly did not know that. I thought it was just To Wong Fu, thanks for everything.
Most people just call it To Wong Fu. It's one of those, it's such a long title, it has a nickname title. Well, that was fun. I still think we beat it because it didn't do it in 20 questions.
No, it got it by a question. Wesley Snipes was the 20th question.
Okay, but it didn't. But then it asked another question,
no,
so it went
Wesley
over
Snipes
20.
Was the last one.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Oh, damn! It beat us. Damn it!
Did.
All right. Okay, Ryan. Let's go on to stories from Reddit. I think is that what's next? Okay, so here's what I did. Right, I just Googled 20 questions Reddit, and this is what came up. Okay. Original poster. I've created a list of more than 200 interesting questions, comments, and number, and I'll ask you one. So here's some of the questions that people got given. Okay. What will always be funny to you? Answer. The word scrumble. I'm pretty sure it's a nonsense word, but it's gotten me through some tough times.
I don't believe it is a nonsense word, because scrumble, isn't that what they do in rugby? They have a scrumble?
I think that's a scrum. Ryan, you look up scrumble while I read the rest of this. When my dog died years ago, I was laying in my bed feeling depressed, and my brother walked into my room, said, "Scrumble," in a matter-of-fact tone, and walked out. I immediately started cracking up. My bro always knows how to cheer me up. Does it look like an actual
Scrumble,
word?
a small piece of freeform crochet or knitting that can be joined to make a larger piece of freeform work. Scrumble.
Oh, maybe that's why I could never do anything but a long scarf. I didn't know my scrumbles, bro. I don't know how to scrumble.
Granny never taught us the scrumble.
We never learned the scrumble. I thought that was a cute answer. Next question. What is your biggest non-academic, non-work-related accomplishment? From Mr. Nugsnapino. I finished a whole chapstick once.
Bravo.
And honestly, I finish full chapsticks all the time. I use that stuff every day. But I just thought that was a cute answer. By the way, original poster's name is Sushi Deception, which I thought was kind of cool. If seasons never changed, which would you most like to live in eternally? Few different answers here. 1, winter. Winters where I live are super mild, like 60 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. So I can still go to the beach and stuff, but I can also go elsewhere for actual winter things like skiing. That was KK Oiso from blah, 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 424. Fall. Not too hot, not too cold, and I love the colors of the leaves.
Same.
From another poster, fall. It's cooler than summer, but fewer allergies than spring. From Livin' for Donuts, New England, early fall, absolutely. Adjust and adapt. In our country, we have only 2 seasons, dry and wet. I would pick the coldest month, though, only time where temperature is below 30 degrees Celsius, but still above 25 degrees Celsius. That's hot for the coldest.
Yeah.
That's close to, that's like in the 70s Fahrenheit. 70s, 80s. All right. Well, I thought this one, Ryan, for me, it's like, it depends where I am.
Okay.
It really does. Because over here, springtime is my favorite season.
Okay.
Over here being the Great Lakes area, the summers are like brutally humid and annoying. The winters, everything's covered in snow and ice. And so it's like springtime, the sun comes out, the snow melts away, it's not too hot yet, and all that vitamin D making my winter blues go away. Like, it's a time of year I really enjoy. In LA, fall was always my favorite time.
Yeah. Fall's my favorite time here in the Northwest.
Yeah, maybe I would agree with that too in the Northwest fall. Although summer was also pretty cool because it would not rain it would be like the only few weeks of the year where it wasn't just drizzle, gray, gloomy drizzle all day long. Ryan, I'll ask you this question and then I'll read the answers. If you were an inanimate object, what would you be and why? I'll tell you what I would want to be.
Okay.
I would want to be a hot nude marble statue.
I don't know.
All right, well, you think about that.
I want to be an office building.
An
office building. I would be constantly entertained because there would always be something going on.
You think office buildings are just filled with comedy and entertainment?
Something was always going on, whether it's comedy or entertainment.
Or people sneaking off to the closet. You're a pervert. You just want a peep show. No, I'm kidding. All right, let's see what some Redditors' answers were. From a deleted account, I'd be a weighted blanket, probably. They're soft, kind of heavy, and do their best to help people. That was from a deleted account from Electronic Lola. One of those trippy fiber optic lamps for all those wide-eyed smiles and gentle pets. Actually, never mind. From MDZ2, a round, smooth stone in a creek. From Mildly Depressed, a gun of a criminal or gangster, might as well enjoy some action. From Alice3110, a ceiling lamp in a pretty coffee shop so that I can be pretty and watch people with their stories, their happiness or sadness.
Until you either get thrown into a lake to get rid of the evidence or stuck in the evidence locker for all eternity in a bag and a box, then your existence is just boring.
You're talking about the gun then?
Yes.
What if you are owned by a not murderer and you just get to go to target practice all the time? That would still be boring, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You would have to be a criminal gun. Yeah, you'd have to be like a mob boss's gun or something.
Yeah.
Because he's never going to get caught.
Right.
Because all the politicians are in on it. So.
Good call.
Yeah. Okay. It'd be boring being a regular person gun. Okay, if you could use a time machine, would you rather have one that only goes back in time or only goes forward? Here's some answers from Thanatology. I'm already in a time machine that goes forward at the speed of T. I'd want to go forward. The thing that upsets me most in life is knowing that I won't get to see how this all ends up. I don't need to go back because I know what's there. I want to see what's next. That's from Westrox11.
Huh. It's an interesting question because if it can't go back in time, it's not going to benefit you to go forward in time. And since you don't know what's forward in time, you could be going to an absolute shit show. So I think I would want to go back in time because I could at least go to a decade that I found pleasant and relive it. Relive it as an adult. See how that goes.
Yeah, and this is one of those.
I'll know what's coming, and then I'll know how to invest my monies.
Mm-hmm.
And I would do my best not to alter the future in any way. Other than get rich.
Ryan, I think I'm with you on that one. I would go back to about elementary school and just start learning computer programming from that point forward.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Yeah.
Or take all the best songs from today with you, and then you write the songs and become famous.
That's a lot harder to do than just trust me. That's hard to do, even if you have all the best songs in the world. Well, maybe not so much anymore because of things like YouTube. But back in the 90s where you had to go through a recording company.
Yeah.
And they basically all the money you made would go to the recording company. I've seen interviews with musicians that went through that time. And then there's also the aspect of, let's be honest, the Weinstein stuff's not just for actors, okay?
Right.
This is musicians too, like P. Diddy. What if you ended up with him?
Mm-hmm.
So, I would just learn computer programming and become a tech giant. That's what I would do. All right, last one of these, Ryan. If you could be any mythical creature, what would you be and why? From a deleted account.
A merman.
Debating over a merman.
A merman.
A merman, Dad. Merman. Okay. Debating over whether I'd be a humanoid kind of thing, like a vampire, don't want to suck blood though, or a mythical creature like an animal. Maybe I'd want to be a dragon. They can fly, they're cool. I like dragons. I wouldn't have to worry anymore. Reminds me of Game of Thrones. Could be free forever. Life as a dragon. Plus, you get to sleep on a giant pile of hoarded gold.
Ooh.
And you can talk. I think dragon's the way to go with mythical creatures.
Yeah.
And you're huge. You just bite off people's heads if they piss you off.
Yeah.
Bonus. Yeah.
It's true.
They'll
But then if
sacrifice
you bite
virgins
someone's
to
head
you.
off, then you get hunted.
But they can't penetrate this scaly armor.
Unless you're missing a scale right where it counts, Heather.
I won't be.
You don't know that.
Because I'll just put...
Smaug didn't know
Okay.
that.
Okay. Well, I tell you what. We've learned from his mistake. And the 2025 dragon is impenetrable. You can't... And it can go in outer space. Boom. I'll escape from all of
I'd be the
you.
invisible man. I could go rob banks and no one would
Okay.
ever know.
What if you accidentally got locked in the vault?
Well, I'd just wait till morning when they'd let me out. And then, like, a mysterious pile of money would just float outside. They'd be like, what's going on? It's a ghost. I'm like, it's just a ghost.
Oh, my God. All right. Hey, listen, people out there. What are your answers to these questions? Email us at theheatherandryanshow@gmail.com or comments on the YouTube video that is this episode, which you can do if you're listening on YouTube right below. If you're in a podcast app, link in the description of this episode will take you to that YouTube video so you can leave a comment. I should also mention, before I forget, Ryan is dying to say something, but hold on, bro. The little machine we used at the beginning can be purchased on Amazon. There's a link in the description. The Akinator you can download onto your iPhone or probably onto your Android phone if you have
I had
that.
it on Android back in the day.
Like, share, comments, rate and review. 5 stars only. We don't want any other bullshit. Ryan, what do you want to say?
I was going to say, I would want to be a person who could teleport wherever I wanted to, because then I could solve all kinds of mysteries.
Nice. So you could teleport not only to whatever location you wanted, but whatever point in time you wanted.
Well...
Is that what you're saying? You'd just be like, take me to the beginning of Stonehenge, and then you would know.
Yes, I'll go with that, because then I could solve mysteries from the past.
Awesomeness. You know what I was thinking? I was thinking the other day, one of my favorite movie franchises is the Back to the Future movies. And I was like, the most unrealistic one is the third one where they go back in time all the way to like the cowboy days. Because I'm like, if you did that, either you would bring a disease that the people back that time couldn't handle and you'd wipe everyone out.
Yeah.
Or you would get like smallpox or some shit, like a disease we don't get anymore.
Yeah.
And die.
Yeah.
Really quickly. So you can only go when you're time traveling, like within a few decades, I think, in either direction, or you chance disease things. That's what I think.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Food for thought.
I was going to say, I have to remind you that I have to tell you 2 stories about me embarrassing myself when it comes to recognizing
please
people.
do. Right, because we were texting each other. We were texting each other.
For context,
and I forgot what we were talking about. Yeah, go ahead, Ryan.
I sent Heather a collage of photos from, I want to say, like the early 2000s with a bunch of faculty members from the school we attended. And, you know, for me, I think it was from, the age of 5 to about 18. I was around the same people for that period of time constantly. And I'm looking through these photos, and now it's been over 20 years since I've really interacted with many of these people. And I was looking through the photos, and I like recognized most people in the photos, but I just couldn't remember their names. And so I was texting Heather about it, and she was helping me remember the names. And it made me think that, like, I have gotten bad with names and faces these days as I get older. And a good example of that is I went to a Blazers game with Rebecca one day, and the company that I work for gave us the tickets. So they were nice seats. They have four seats that they constantly have tickets for. So we sit down, there's already two guys there, and I look over and I see one of the guys and like don't think anything of it, and he's like looking at me like with this look of recognition in his face and a big old smile on his face. And I'm like, I kind of look over at him and he's like, "Hey Ryan." I was like, "Oh. Hey man, I'm so sorry, I don't recognize who you are." And I forget the guy's name already. But he goes,
"Oh, God.
It's Jim. We literally just worked together yesterday." And but to be fair,
man.
it was the first and only time I had ever worked with this guy,
Oh,
but,
man.
usually I see people with hard hats on their head. So it does make a big difference in people's appearance. Like when you see people outside of work, you're like, oh, whoa,
yeah.
But
Yeah, it's true. Because, like, I'll run into people like that. Because it's a small town area. Like, I go to Starbucks all the time. If I run into a Starbucks worker outside of Starbucks,
right,
I'll be like, I recognize this face somehow. And they'll just be looking at me and they'll go, "Starbucks. Oh, you work at that's right. Yeah." Because they're always in a black shirt with a green apron.
Mm-hmm.
So you suddenly see them wearing something else and you're like, why do I know that person?
And so then the other one that happened to me was on Friday. So on Thursday, I had to go to the shop and I welded together this project that was going to get installed in the field. And then they wanted to send me out into the field to help install it. So I take the company rig with all my welding equipment in it. And I show up to the job site, and it's a tiny little job site, and it's utilizing an active parking lot for a big office building or apartment complex or something right next to it. So there was a lot of traffic. So I show up, and I have to sit on the side of the road and wait for an opportunity to be able to get in. And we also had to wait for the delivery driver to get in first, drop off the part, and then leave. So as I'm sitting there, there's two guys from our company that are there. There's obviously, I recognize the foreman, and there was this other guy with him that I recognize. It was not somebody that I normally have like conversations with. And spoiler alert, this is somebody that I've worked with a ton of times and should have known who he was. And is, in fact, the superintendent over our division now. So I'm sitting there looking at this guy and, like, have these, like, thoughts, like, oh, okay, he looks familiar, like, he's that guy that I see around sometimes, whatever. So, anyways, I'm in the job site, we're unloading this thing, and I hear him talking, and I thought, fake name here, I think, he kind of sounds like Bob Murphy. And then I kind of look at him, and I'm looking at his face, and I'm like, he kind of looks like Bob Murphy. And I was, all right, well, we can doing our thing, and we finally get it unloaded, and I walk over to him. I was like, "Hey, are you by any chance related to Bob Murphy?" And he kind of looks at me with, like, not really a dumbfounded look, but like a, "Are you serious?" look. And then I mistook it for a confused look because he said, "Bob?" And I said, "Yeah, Bob Murphy." And he's like, "Ryan, I am Bob Murphy."
Oh, I think you're a bit worse than I am at this. Like, I'm bad, but I'm not that bad. What happens is I'll run into somebody and I'll talk to them one time, and somehow months or even years later, they will remember this conversation that we had one time ever, and I won't remember them. And I think what happens is, because I go around everywhere with Charlie, okay? Charlie has no hair. She stands out.
Yeah.
And she has, like, pretty severe autism. So I think she just stands out. So I think if I had been in these places without her, I don't think I would have been remembered.
Right.
But they see her with me and they go, oh yeah, we've met before. And I'm like, I do not remember that at all. And there are people that are like, yeah, I live across the street from you. Or I work across the street from you. And I'm like, ugh. Like, okay, and we're right by the county building. So it's got like the DMV, it's got the courthouse, it's got the sheriff's office, it's got all manner of different things. There's like hundreds of people coming in and out of these buildings all day. And they'll be like, oh yeah, no, I work at the county, like as though I should recognize them. I'm like, okay, I feel like that's a little unfair.
Yeah.
It's unfair for you to think that I would recognize you because you can all see from your office window my daughter playing in the backyard, right? But anyway.
They're like, I'm constantly looking at you from my office window. How dare you not recognize me?
In fairness, nobody's ever that offended that I don't know who they are. Anyway, listen, what advice can we give you today as we sign off here? Ryan, do you have anything?
Yeah, work on your facial recognition skills so you don't embarrass yourself.
For sure. I don't know how you can improve that, but good luck with it. And have an incredible time in which you recognize everybody you encounter until...
That would be so cool. That would be such an awesome skill. Look, I'm sorry. I have to derail the ending of the show here for a second.
Sure,
because there was one
go
time
right ahead.
where I was an apprentice and I was working on a job and I was doing all the fabrication in the shop. And there was an entirely different crew installing it in the field. And... there was a foreman in the field that I had never met. I had never seen him before. I knew the name, but like if someone asked me to point him out, I would have no idea how to point this guy out. And he comes into the shop one day to check up on the project, and he's like, "Hey Ryan, how you doing?" And I was like, "How does he know my name?" like I was.
Were you wearing a name tag by any chance?
No.
Okay, because I've done that before.
And I was just impressed because he took the time to know who all's working on his job, because I wasn't the only one that he did that for. Because I was like talking to another apprentice. I was like, yeah, he knew who I was. He's like, yeah, me too. That's kind of weird, But I was impressed, and it made me feel good that that this person, took the time to know who I was and approach me like he knew me, like it was a good feeling, Anyway.
Ryan, I think that means that our advice is get to know people.
Yes.
And then let them know that you know them, and you're going to make their day, probably.
Maybe.
Or they're going to think you suck.
Or they're like, this guy's a stalker. Stalker!
And don't stalk people, but have a wonderful, lovely time. Have your best time you've ever had. Until
we play again. We didn't really play anything today, but until we play again.
Kinda did.
It was a little bit of a game. No winners, no losers. We did play a game. We won one. That's right. Until we play again.